fantastic co-hosts, Eric and James. We are without Ryan this week. We do have some news on that front. He was upset with the fact that the prize winner was going to get his home address, so he is in fact having to move again. Uh, he said something about moving into the house in Kansas with Courage the Cowardly Dog. We're not sure what his internet situation is going to look like, or what his
Such a
address
great
is.
show.
I miss that show. It was so good.
It really was.
Shout out to the OG Cartoon Network shows.
Oh, so
But this
good.
week, we're going to be talking about the evolution of extraction shooters, which gets me into one of my favorite topics because we're going to have to talk about tactical shooters, which is what birthed the extraction shooter genre. To an extent, there were obviously some other big influences. But first, we're going to do roundtable news, and carrying on tradition, I will give the sad news, and that's Chuck Norris passed away. So R.I.P. Chuck. A lot of you may know him from his first movie appearance where he fought Bruce Lee. Was that Way of the Dragon? Was that the name of that?
I don't
Enter
know.
the Dragon, I think. But
All I could think about is Porta Johns will never be the same. There'll be no good Chuck Norris jokes in Porta Johns
You
in
can
like
still
5 years.
tell Chuck Norris jokes.
yeah,
No, they'll be gone in
Norris
5
jokes.
years, dude. 5 years.
People are still saying Kobe when they throw stuff in the trash can. Like,
yeah. Chuck Norris hasn't been in the spotlight in fucking a decade
or more. Like,
Oh, yeah.
probably closer to 2.
I forget how old I am, so I'm just gonna say a
Happens to the
decade.
best of us. Happens to the best of us. Like, right.
But yeah, it's gonna be different now though. There won't be any new ones. Sad
Oh yeah,
face.
there will be. You can still make new Chuck Norris jokes. All it takes is
I
something
mean-
absolutely ridiculous. You know he gave his own eulogy, right?
I mean, I've heard.
Which is a new Chuck Norris joke. He also conducted his own autopsy.
I also heard that he the reason that he only recently died is because death finally got enough courage to pick him up. So
No, he took over.
Like, there's all kinds.
Death retired. That's why Chuck's gone.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean,
If you start feeling ill, just know that instead of the Grim Reaper gently touching you on your shoulder, you're going to catch a roundhouse. So it just be like that now.
yeah, Texas Walker Ranger was such a good show with him in
Walker, Texas Ranger. Good Lord.
it. Oh, whatever, dude.
Hey, you can't talk trash on that show. That was my favorite Friday night show. I watched that every week with my dad. Loved that show. It was so, in hindsight, it was awful. It was one of the worst, like, procedural cop television shows. But I still rewatch it because it's amazing. That and Nash Bridges, also a terrible procedural show.
Yeah.
But I watched that show for the car.
Oh man, my grandma always watched In the Heat of the Night.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Also terrible.
That, for whatever reason, that show made me afraid of trains. I've never seen so many people in a single TV series get hit by a
Get hit
damn
by a
train in
train.
my life. Like, I don't know what's happening in that small town in the South, but good Lord.
Yeah, that is still. That is probably the saddest news I've heard in a while. I miss a lot
Yeah,
of
that
like
show's pretty
actors
sad.
and actresses and stuff that have left, and other famous people and things. But like, he's the big one. Like, yeah, I read
Yeah,
a lot of Porta John stuff in fucking Kuwait.
Oh, 3 minutes, 45 seconds.
God. Anyways, but yeah, I miss all the Porta Johns in Kuwait. Had lots of great Chuck Norris stuff.
I like how you just led that off with, I miss all the Porta Johns in Kuwait. I want that clipped without the follow-up with the Chuck Norris jokes.
I just clipped it. No worries.
Yeah, I miss all the Porta Johns in Kuwait, just period.
Yeah, I do.
I miss it being 250 degrees outside.
Yeah, right.
All the
I don't
cooked water
understand how
you drank.
I don't understand how Kuwait is that much closer to the sun than the rest of the planet. I don't understand.
Oh man,
That place was hot.
hell of a bit. But I would say the next thing in news is kind of uplifting.
Good, yeah,
Xbox
'cause I'm tired of being bad news.
Xbox put out some info about their next gen system. The Helix, Project Helix, I think is what it's called. It's going to play Xbox and PC games, which last time I checked, most Xbox games are PC games.
I mean,
So-
considering Microsoft owns them, yeah.
So it's not that astounding to me. But there's some other things that came out with it, like the specs are supposed to be ridiculous this time around.
Yeah. this may be my departure from consoles. Like this Xbox I have currently is probably my last one.
Yeah, I
Welcome
don't
to the
like.
club.
I'm gonna be a PC guy now. PC Master Race.
I mean, it just makes sense with how crazy consoles are getting, anyways, with the prices and stuff of them. It doesn't make any sense anymore to get like both. So I don't know. I truly don't. Like, it's just
I mean,
weird.
I don't think consoles are gonna go away, right? Because they definitely have their place, right?
Well, it's more affordable to have a console than a gaming computer back in the day, but like right now, it's like it's a little crazy. Like if you look at the
50-50.
Switch 2 is stupid. Real expensive, and a lot of people are complaining about the battery life and stuff like that in it. Like it just doesn't last with the high performance that it's putting out. But supposedly alpha kits are slated to go out in 2027 to developers. So that should give us an idea of towards the end of the 2020s, we should be seeing the new Xbox. But yeah, Project Helix is kind of a cool name, I guess. There was a show
Project
called
Helix.
Helix.
It's just a shoe with a wheel, a single wheel. It's what the console shape's gonna be. You just roll it.
Oh, dude, if they put wheels on the Xbox and call it Project Helix, that would be the greatest thing ever.
Project Healy.
Yeah, I'm sold. Microsoft, do your thing.
Yeah, that's not happening.
And the next thing in regards to Microsoft too, they also put out, because I guess they just had a big development thing go on with Xbox, is that there's going to be quite a few games now hitting first day on the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Let me see which ones.
Yeah, they're doing their best to keep selling that service.
Grave Seasons, Hades, Vaunted, The Eternal Life of Goldman. So that's just some of the titles, and there's obviously more. And it's pretty smart to do it. Like that's one thing with PlayStation. I don't think you get day one releases generally on there. I just got rid of my premium PlayStation service, and I don't think
I haven't had a premium PlayStation service in a long time.
I haven't had a premium service in a long time.
PS3.
Yeah, the PlayStation one isn't worth it as much just because you don't get those day one releases of really good games like Xbox does.
I think the value point for Game Pass has also exceeded its worth in a lot of regards.
I haven't owned an Xbox in like 4 years now, and I haven't bought an Xbox since like 2015. So
yeah, it's
PlayStation makes more sense to me because they're not going to be releasing. They pulled back on that. They're not going to be releasing some of their stuff to computer or to PC and stuff anymore. So they're going to go back to having some. Yeah, I know. I agree. They're probably still going to
until sales dip enough, and then back we go.
I think you're going to see PlayStation be the main console soon, though.
They've backwalked that so many times of just keeping things extremely exclusive, because they talked about doing that with the Final Fantasy VII remake until they gave in, and now it's on Xbox and PC.
PC.
It's just not. The marketability is not there. If you want to have console exclusives, you can have the rare console exclusives, right? But you can't just have your general library not be available on multiple consoles as a production company, because you're just going to be missing out on a massive share of the market. And I think as consoles continue to get more and more expensive, the more cost-effective method is going to be going to the PC use. Because, initial upfront, your PC is going to be very expensive. You have the advantage of being able to replace components a piece at a time with a PC. I can't just reach into an Xbox or PlayStation and yank out a piece and put in a better one. It's just not how it goes down. I mean, you can. There's nothing stopping you from cracking that bad boy open, but at that point, you're going to have to remount it, and it becomes a computer anyway.
I would be curious to see if consoles ever do come up with something to try to upgrade your system, just because I think they are going to lose out eventually to PC real heavy. Like I definitely think the next wave of consoles is going to be the backbreaker of if they stick around or not.
I think, like I said, consoles are always going to have their place. One, they're much more mobile to like pick up and move than a computer tower.
So I think that you're going to have continued things like the Switch like handheld consoles, stuff like that are still going to be, I
Yeah.
think, around forever. I mean, Steam has theirs now, the Steam Deck, right? Like
That's
that's not
basically a
going anywhere.
computer, though. Like that's different.
Yeah, but
to
it's
me,
still it's a
It's
console.
still a
It's literally
handheld console. Yeah.
I guess.
It's not, I
It's
guess.
also-
It's straight up.
it's-
just a
yeah.
I don't
console.
think.
Yeah.
I think you're going to stop seeing the big clunky consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox current setups. I think they're going to go to more mobile. Like, don't PS has what, the Portal? It's called or something.
That's what I'm saying. Just that style of
Yeah.
consoles. The only thing that's going to remain is like the handheld, like mobile consoles.
Ooh.
My only news this week is Daredevil Born Again season 2 started. First episode was pretty great. I don't want to spoil anything, but the last like 30 seconds, phenomenal.
30.
The whole
Punisher's-
episode's good. The whole
Punisher's
episode's
not going to
good.
be in season 2, in case anybody was curious. Punisher is not going to be in season 2 of Daredevil. That is confirmed.
Sad face.
But
Vincent D'Onofrio was talking trash on Twitter to people that were upset about that. He was like, "Yeah, how dare John Bernthal get his own hour-long special by himself and then be in the new Spider-Man movie? That must be awful." Look,
we will get Jessica Jones back, which is cool. I'm excited to see her come back.
I do. I liked that show. That Jessica Jones show was very good.
Supposedly Iron Fist is going to come back and just give his power away type deal. They're talking
That's
about
what happened at
possibly
the end
doing.
of his series. Is that he gave it to
Sort of.
gave it? Yeah.
So
He
yeah,
has
they're
it
talking
now,
about
too.
doing that again.
They
I
both have
didn't.
Iron Fist.
That show was not amazing, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it was not great, but it wasn't like the absolute dog water that some people made it out to be.
I don't think Marvel's really done like a horrible show. I think they've done some that are kind of like Iron Fist was a little, but like I think most of their shows generally were pretty good.
I think they have a
Mhm.
higher hit rate than. I think it's about 50-50 on their hit and miss rate with TV shows.
I think I've liked all of their TV shows.
Yeah, the only one I haven't watched is the newest one where they're actors and stuff like that.
Oh,
in the
Wonder
show.
Man. I liked Wonder Man
Yeah.
a lot.
I haven't watched it yet. That's the only one I haven't really watched. But like, their zombies
Did not
spinoff
like.
was good. Their What Ifs was amazing. Even Agent
Oh, it's animated.
Shield
Yeah, the
was a
animated
good
stuff's
show.
good.
Agents of Shield was. a
I
good
did
show.
like Agents of Shield. It was.
I mean,
a
and
fun
it tied
ride.
in the movies. Like, if they were smart, they'd have kept the series going to keep tying in all the movies as it goes along. Because people would, I bet people would still watch it.
Everybody just really likes Agent Coulson. That's why Agents of Shield did so well.
They had a lot of good little characters in there.
Yeah.
All
I th-
Coulson. It was all Phil.
I mean, it was nice to see him come back, but like they were smart. Like Marvel's great in casting. Like you just can't take that away from them. In everything they do, like name a character that doesn't fit what they played that Marvel made. And
I
you
really
can't name X-Men because it was fucking Fox, and you can't name any Spider-Man movies because originally it was Sony. So
Though,
mean-
even the Sony Spider-Man castings have been fairly good.
Yeah, they were fine.
Maybe save the middle two there. I don't know if I would have gone with Jamie Foxx for Electro.
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting. I didn't mind them, but
They
Yeah, it was
cast
just
the
not that good of a
perfect
movie.
person to play Sandman and then put Sandman in the worst Spider-Man movie, which was sad because he's actually like, I like that character in the comics. I've liked him in all the like cartoons and video games and stuff. And then he gets in that movie and I'm like, this would have been an amazing, like, full-blown villain. We're trying to do way too much. We had the symbiote and we had Hobgoblin and we had Sandman and we had like,
That's been the problem, I feel like, and with a lot of like older, superhero shows, they try to cram just like every villain in at one time.
you don't have to. Don't have to. But with that, we could probably roll into our topic. We're going to be talking about the evolution of extraction shooters, which honestly is runs in tandem with probably my favorite genre of video game, and that's the tactical shooter. I am a big tactical shooter fan. I like doing precise movements. I like having semi-realistic ballistics in video games. I don't go all the way into the full-on milsim like a lot of those people do. I've dabbled. I've dipped a toe. I've dipped a toe in there. That community gets real weird.
yeah, I mean, it can obviously. I mean,
Yeah, I've fallen into some
do.
lobbies where people are full on like RPing. They're like, "I will be your commander for this squad. You will refer to me
That's
as captain,
Battlefield,
and I'm
dude.
like, that's way too much. Like, you're way too into this.
There's
I
I
played-
mean, there's like RP for like every game genre. I feel like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
an
like-
RP server somewhere.
Yeah, I've played in some Battlefield, and I'm like just jumping in, playing for fun, and it's like, dude, we are taking this a little too serious, my guy. I'm just trying to play a game and have some fun.
People ask, yeah, dude, my favorite, like on a lot of these like tactical shooters and stuff, if I jump in on like play online, people will just be like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "My best, dog. Like, what do you need me to do?" Like, this is not constructive for what I'm doing right here. I'm just out here mashing buttons, bro. Like,
But yeah, so it definitely started with that. And there's been a lot to it. It's such an interesting community. I think it's a great time to talk about it because two big games have just come out, Arc Raiders and Marathon, and they're already having community issues, which makes it very interesting because nobody's complaining about the gameplay. Everyone's just complaining about the community.
like I said, I've played some Marathon. I haven't like just jumped in full force on it, and it's fun. I had a good time. Like I got to
I think
slide around and shoot and jump things, and was just like,
the UI is a little bit much. I don't know.
on Marathon or Arc
Marathon,
Raiders?
yeah.
Marathon. It is, yeah.
It's definitely got a higher learning curve than Arc Raiders does.
Yeah. But that's pretty typical for Bungie on a lot of fronts. They went from simpler is better to just more and more complex as they've gone on, which again is not, like I said, it's not game breaking by any means, but
Can you guess what the first like extraction shooter was with like the core mechanics?
True extraction shooter,
Like
Escape from Tarkov.
No, actually, it was the Division.
Division, the Dark Zone, yeah.
Yep.
The
That
beta.
was-
I thought the beta from Escape from Tarkov came out from before the first Division game.
No,
did.
that was like 2016 was the Division.
What? Yeah, but 2015 was the beta release for, wasn't it?
No, Tarkov, I'm pretty sure came out in 2016 as well.
Oh, sorry, the alpha was 2016. Yeah, Division was 2016 too, so they were neck and neck regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sunk
but-
a bunch of hours into Division though. Oh my god, I've played that game a lot.
Yeah. You can't talk about that though without talking about Stalker first, right?
Yes.
Like that's some
Stalker
of
the OG.
yeah, a single player obviously, but definitely had like the mechanics of like going in.
Yeah.
in a-
We're also
in a-
gonna have to bring up Arma because that is a big influence on every shooter game made. Period.
Yeah, Armor's obviously just had like a huge influence on shooters as a whole, especially like the Milsim style. Like,
Yeah, the tactical shooter,
mhm.
which again gives way to things like Division,
The only thing
all the Ghost Recon games, all the early Call of Duties.
The only thing I'd say though with the extraction shooters, the difference between that is generally it's with extraction shooters, it's not that looking through the sights of your gun type thing. It's all
It is on Tarkov, which is
Yeah, you haven't
probably
have
the
you played
flagship
Tarkov?
for extraction shooters. You are ADS on that bad boy.
I haven't messed with Tarkov, so
Oh, me-
obviously
And that is the extraction shooter. Like that is.
Yeah, that is the flagship of extraction
Yeah.
shooters. Like
I'm not gonna
that's
say it's the best,
the-
but it is. Also, I mean, Hunt Showdown is first person.
Yep.
let's see.
Call of Duty had their DMZ, which is also first person, and it's essentially just an extraction shooter mode.
Yeah, Mike, I'm with you. I love both Division games. I played the absolute crap out of both of those games. Loved them.
And
If you ever want
honestly,
to feel super depressed, go play the story for Division 1. That'll make you sad.
no, don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. Just jump right into
Just
over
go
the wall.
straight into the PvPvE. Like,
Yeah.
go straight.
I
to
mean, why
Thursday.
not? But we really need to like. So, what do we consider an extraction shooter? So, what is the big? What makes
A
something?
Tarkov-like game.
Yeah,
A game where you
Tarkov-like game.
have a loadout, you go on a mission, and if you die, you fight.
lose
It's
your stuff.
PvPvE. Like it's got to be that. I feel like maybe not necessarily, but I feel like it needs to be a proper extraction shooter. And yeah, if you die, you lose whatever you got that time.
But a big thing everyone's got to know too is your loadout is picked like from previous gear that you got. So the big thing for extraction shooters is that it's all about that risk. Like
Tarkov has the advantage that you can out of
Buy.
game farm gear. It's not buy. You can straight up farm. Like you can do other activities that get you gear. So if you
that's cheesy.
That's not cheesy. Do you know how long it takes to grind any decent material?
No,
Like
cheesy.
the trade-off, it's not cheesy. You're so wrapped up, and it's like you have to do it only one way, and there is only one way to play.
Yeah, you sound like you are a fucking like officer in the army. Honestly,
yeah,
this is the way we're doing it. This is the way we're always done it. It's fucking stupid, but this is how we're doing it.
I like to eat soup with a fork. Like, get out of here. No, like it's really not, because the time trade-off for it to get any gear is astronomical. Like you're always going to get better stuff if you jump in and do it, but it does give you kind of a cushion or fallback to where if you just absolutely lose out, like if you land with sweaty after sweaty after sweaty on a night in Tarkov, you could be broke.
Okay, so we're talking about loadouts, we're talking about going into maps.
Yeah, it's got to have, variable map. There has to be dynamic interaction, so that has to be player versus environment. So you have to have bots and player dynamic. Team aspect of it is indifferent on any of those things, because sometimes you can go in with a team. Like even Tarkov has a deal where you can link up and like team up with people, but that's not always the case. So
yeah. I would like to like there are extraction shooter kind of adjacent games. Like Deep Rock Galactic, I would say is kind of adjacent, but I wouldn't say it's really an extraction shooter.
Helldivers.
Helldivers. Even though you're pretty much just also it's PvPvE just because the people on your team suck.
You get shot in the back a lot. Even if it's not intentional, sometimes you'll just get blasted in the back by some dude trying to do his best.
But yeah, it's definitely an extraction shooter adjacent game.
Yeah. So yeah, the majority of your extraction shooters are always going to be PvPvE, like to truly define the extraction shooter.
And do all of them usually have crafting too, don't they? Because I know like the Division, Arc Raiders, I think Marathon does.
Division's crafting is a little different because that's more like creating and putting on accessories that you would find. You're not like building, you're not harvesting barrel materials to make a barrel. You're just putting like optics and sights and foregrips and stocks and different things. I think there's like different triggers and stuff you can add depending on it. It's not I created a suppressor out of Coke cans like you can with Tarkov. You can get some ridiculous loadouts in Tarkov where it's like I made a series of suppressors out of water bottles that I found in map in sand. Like you can do crazy stuff.
Jeez, I'm gonna have to try Tarkov at some point. It sounds.
It's so hard. You're gonna spend the first like 5 days just getting clapped by every bot because you're gonna have garbage equipment going in there. Also, there's a huge aspect, good,
and you're gonna die right as you try to extract.
Which the good thing with Tarkov is like it's not a timed extraction. Like it's not. You have a certain amount of time on the map before you have to extract, but you can like if you find something really good, you can just beeline for an extraction point
and just get clapped right when you get there.
Yeah, the thing is like you probably won't get clapped by a player. You'll get struck in the face by a lucky bot. Like a bot's just gonna wing one at you and just drill you. I watched my friend Matthew play that game, and that happened to him twice. He like went out of the first building when he started, walked out of the first building, and just caught one to the dome from a bot.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. But now we know the basics of like the extraction shooters. Some of the things we think that make it up. And then like we mentioned, one of the first ones to come out, obviously not the biggest one because Tarkov seems to be the gold standard. But
I mean, I wouldn't say gold standard because it's definitely had its problems, but like that's definitely
the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what the rest of these are based off of.
But yeah, so in regards to this, definitely try it out if you're a big extraction fan. Tarkov.
If you like to be mad all the time.
Yeah, if you want to curse sweaties, like, Tarkov is the way to go. because you're probably going to run 2 maps before you run into your first sweaty, and he's going to be wearing full riot gear and blast you from across the map with some tricked out 308. Or you'll get the super sweaties that are wearing a plate carrier and underwear, and they'll get you with the Makarov at a full sprint, and you'll feel angry about every life choice that led you to that map.
But I feel like in the beginning, it wasn't like, at least with Division, I didn't see a community on Reddit or anything like that that was too toxic as it is today. Like it seemed a lot more in the beginning where people kind of were allowed to kill each other. It wasn't a big deal. Like in the Division, like what if you got like waxed out of nowhere? It was you got killed and it wasn't.
You weren't
that
losing
serious.
your loadout. Like your
You're
gear
losing
was
whatever
static.
you got. Yeah.
You were just losing whatever.
That's
you
what I mean.
collected.
Like,
yeah.
But it still sucks because you'd find some decent stuff, you get waxed, and then like you have to do it again.
I mean, that's part of the strategy. And you had to learn like tactics. I mean, in the same way that when Halo and stuff got real popular, you really had to start thinking the way other people were going to think and then countering that, right? You couldn't just run face first into every situation. You had to kind of you had to be fast but also patient, which is
and
I guess decisive and patient would be the right term, is decisive and patient.
I definitely saw that in Division. Like I said, I didn't play Tarkov, but I saw it in Division. Like initially, a lot of people like didn't realize you had to be kind of sneaky and stuff like that. So like the first bit, the Division, where when you were playing it, it wasn't quite like that. And then as it progressed and people realized, like you had a lot more people sneaking, taking their time, sort of like watching for certain situations where they could get you. That could be considered kind of shady, but realistically, it's something that is just part of the strategy of the game. Like,
oh, for sure, yeah, strategy is part of it, and like you also had to think about like how you were gonna time your extraction with Division, because you didn't want to send up your flare too soon. Because if you signaled for an extraction too soon, you were just gonna summon every team that was still out there. You also didn't want to wait too long, because if you waited too long, then you were gonna run into another team and lose whatever you had looted anyway. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, like, when do you pull the trigger on it? How do you go about it? You know, you always want to stagger your loads. So you shoot the flare, you get a good defensive position, which is usually about a block or two away from wherever the helicopter's coming in. You let those other teams run in first. If you were really good, you could send up a flare and then run to a different extraction point and send up a flare there. And that way there was more than one happening, and you could kind of, you know, you had a more gamble about where things were going to line up. You always want to go one teammate at a time to put your loadout on the helicopter, because if everybody ran up at once, you were catching one grenade and that was just going to be the end of the game. So yeah, it had its own like little strategy and minutia that you had to get into, and a lot of it was just really based on timing. And I had a good time in the dark zone. It was super frustrating sometimes, especially when you'd get there and there'd be like 5 seconds left and you'd get clapped and somebody'd cut your rope and it'd be like 2 seconds before your helicopter would take off. It was a little frustrating.
But I think that's part of what makes it so exciting, is like the stress to it compared to like your regular game, because the variables are so much bigger. Because even just looting stuff, you put yourself at risk, because you can't defend yourself, you can't see behind yourself and things like that. So
when you only had like I want to say you can only have like 5 slots of loot to pick up from the dark
that's
zone
right.
at any time. You had a very limited amount of loot because you had limited bag space in the regular game, but you definitely had limited space on that one, which was another like deal on timing. Is like, did you want to keep looting and then ditch some of your other stuff that you had found if you find something better, or do you want to risk doing multiple runs and bring down a team of sweaties?
Yeah, that's what they with extraction shooters, man. That was really enjoyable. Like once I started playing Division, I don't even think I finished the story. I just kept going back into the dark zone. Like I did a lot of it, but
one of the best stories I think in a first-person shooter that I've played. I would put Division 1 and Ghost Recon Wildlands as the best like story for a tactical looter shooter.
Which are different. Those are looter shooters. So
there's looter shooters, a different deal. Yeah, extraction shooters. Not a whole lot of story in extraction shooters.
I mean,
Not-
there's lore, not necessarily story, but
Yeah, there's a
lore.
difference between lore and story, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because Travis didn't learn any of the lore, and what was it?
I didn't know.
Destiny?
I didn't know
WoW?
there was. No, it was WoW. I had no idea that there was other stuff. Everybody just bought me tokens to get to max level, and we never played any of the missions because I built a tank, and so we just auto queued every time. Everyone's like, "That takes like 30 or 45 minutes to get into a dungeon," and like, we were just insta queue because we had both a healer and a tank in our party. It was just like bloop. Like, I was like, I don't know what you guys were complaining about. This shit's fast. Like,
But yeah, I was gonna say I don't think extraction shooters have a lot of story usually. And I think Division's the first one that did a big story. Well, since they were one of the first ones out.
but that wasn't even their extraction
Division's
shooter
not,
portion. of it.
Division's not like a traditional extraction
Yeah.
shooter either. It's like it had like a mode that was extraction shooter adjacent.
Yeah,
Also more close to it, but not really. It still lacked that like losing everything when you die. Like for example, Hunt is like the worst because when you die in Hunt, you lose your character.
Yeah, you create a whole.
You
new
lose
character.
everything on that character.
Yeah, it's hardcore mode for like any other game.
Oh my god!
If you have
Yeah,
if you bought a legendary skin, like a legendary character unlock,
It's
and then
gone.
you die, you have to then pay in-game currency to start over with that same character at level 1.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Risk, big risk, big reward.
I guess.
Yeah, the game is.
It's not always a
game
big
is rough.
reward though. That game's
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes
that,
it's very little reward.
yeah. Sometimes you'll play for 6 hours and she'll be like, "What did I accomplish tonight?" Well, I lost 4 characters and made 3 gold. Like it's.
Yep.
But I really think like the big reason they do so well is that stress though from all that, like all that extra
For
stress from
sure.
losing your kit and everything like that. Because I remember way back when EverQuest did the same thing. That was a big reason I think a lot of people like that game is that when you died, you
Well, I mean,
lost your
hardcore
stuff.
mode in Diablo 2,
Yeah.
very popular.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
because it feels
insanely
good,
popular.
it feels good to be at the top, all geared out. I played hardcore in Diablo 2 a lot, so it felt great to be a level 99 paladin running around in hardcore mode until you accidentally do something stupid and die, and then you're like, "Fuck my life."
Or you have a weird DC issue where you can't control your character, but damage keeps coming in. Because I had that happen to me with a level 80 character, and I could have cried.
I had a buddy who was like, "Oh, I'm like super strong. You should hit me one time and see if you're strong enough to kill me. I don't think you are." And then I killed him.
Yeah, you definitely want to don't want to go into the arena on hardcore mode unless you're just absolutely certain.
But yeah, like there's just like a good feeling about being at the top and succeeding there, right? So as much as it like sucks every time you die, that one time you get out, I think makes it worth it.
Yeah,
for
and
most
like
people.
you have the ability. Like Tarkov's really good about it. Like you have a pretty decent amount of people that come into the game that are willing to work with you to bring down some of the like higher tier NPCs out there, because they have like boss areas in Escape from Tarkov that you can get into, and they're rough to solo. And so you can link up with people in game, and a lot of people are willing to be like, "Hey, like the boss spawned. Let's go, let's go take him out." Yeah, and you go take him out, and then the extraction's usually not far away, so both people usually just run to the extraction. But you also have the same people that are just out there hunting players, and that's their big thing. So you have to have some like multiple levels of strategy to go in on Escape from Tarkov, because if you strictly player hunt, you're going to end up not getting great gear, really, because like the best gear is going to come off of the bosses for the map. And you can't just straight up loot an entire package. I don't think they only drop a certain % of whatever they're carrying, and the rest is like destroyed.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Because the big one I've played is Arc Raiders, so that's other than Division.
I'm sad that the Titanfall extraction shooter never got made.
that one would have been super fun. Their PvP mode was super fun.
Yeah,
Like I had a great time in their PvP.
Titanfall's like up there for top 3 best games ever, dude. I don't care what anybody says. Hands down.
I'm willing to let you nod on that one. I'm not gonna run you down, because Titanfall 1 and 2 were both good. Like I have no.
And if they would have made an extraction shooter for that,
that'd have been so cool. I'd have played the heck out of that.
Oh my god! If they just make a third one, I'd play the heck out of that. but
Yep.
that would be a good extraction shooter.
What game was it? Was the game that's in the 3v3 or squads of 3 arena battler set in the Titanfall world?
Oh, I know what you mean. I can't think of the name of
Warframe.
it.
No.
No.
And it's a big one too. Like
yeah, it's got the
huge.
robot dude Pathfinder. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it right now.
Someone else swore.
Yeah, like 35
not
minutes
just
in
me.
though.
Yeah, I was like, we're 35 minutes in. You didn't even make it to 5. Like you cut out your record from last week.
I made it 10 times longer than you did.
Oh man. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it either. But
God, what is that game?
I was really upset because when I originally heard about that game, I thought it was going to have the actual Titans in it, but it didn't.
No, it's
Shadow Rush.
no.
Have they made a game yet? A survival extraction style game with vehicles like Titanfall in it? Or would
Apex
that be
Legends.
too hard to
Jesus
do?
Christ.
What was
Apex, yeah.
Apex Legends. Which, yeah, it's a pretty popular one. I don't know why I couldn't fucking remember that.
Minus 1 nerd point for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big, huge title.
Especially y'all, chat. Psh, where were y'all?
Worthless.
We need to talk about probably one of the best, like, new,
Escape from Duckov.
new-ish. Yeah, Escape from Duckov. That was the one I was about to bring up.
That actually is a really fun game. It's so
It's
stupid,
super fun.
but it's so fun.
It's so fun. It's so goofy.
Are you a duck? Like
You're
Duckman?
100% a duck. Yeah,
Yes.
you're a squeaky duck. Like you're a little bath toy duck.
Oh, I wanted to be like Duckman. You
Yeah,
guys
you're
might
a
not
little-
know
you're
that.
a
I
little-
think that's a Canadian show.
You're a
So
little,
it's not
you're a
any
little
good.
Beth rubber ducky. You're so funny.
Nobody watches Canadians. Don't even watch Canadian TV. Get out of here.
We got Shorzy, bud. You're welcome.
Ooh, that is good. Actually,
That's fair. Actually, didn't Hulu get that? I feel like that makes it an American show.
yeah. Escape from Duckov is an extraction shooter that is just Tarkov, but you're a duck, and I think it's like top-down view.
I think it is also top-down view.
I
Very
don't know if there's
very
any
fun.
other way to play it.
If you like having just a ridiculous time, Escape from Duckov is a good one.
Bang on balls. I'll always remember that when we talk about fun
Bang on
games.
balls. The Delta Force Hazard Operations was also a PvPvE like extraction shooter that did not do as well as some of the others on this list, but it's on there. Call of Duty Warzone also has to get mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't know why they got
just
rid
because
of it.
it's an extraction shooter. It's not really
DMZ.
like a looter shooter.
Why did they get rid of it? I wonder, because it was pretty fun. I played it while it was around.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Um,
I think Fortnite killed it.
they might bring it back now though, with all the extraction shooters taking off now. That could be something they look at doing again.
Maybe potentially. I think they're going to fall more into the realm of the battle arena style, which is what Fortnite is. So Fortnite's not going to be on this list because you're not technically extracting. You're just making it to the last safe zone
Mhm.
as you kill everyone else, which makes it a battle royale. Oh, we forgot another big one series. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, also an extraction shooter. It has its own special settings for it. I want to say it's just Rainbow Six Extraction, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
I don't know. My favorite Rainbow Six games were Rainbow Six Siege.
My favorite
Oh.
Rainbow Six game was the first one on the N64.
Rainbow Six Siege is.
I got
is
so into that
amazing.
game that I would whisper with my friends when I played it. That game gets crazy hard to play when you're on a TV about the size of my computer monitor, and there's 4 of you.
But a big thing we should talk about now, because we've mentioned a lot of different things about that, is the communities in these games, and sort of the evolution that it's gone through. Like we talked about, where initially a lot of people helped each other, and there was a lot more companionship and stuff like that going on in the games. And now, especially I've noticed getting into Arc Raiders and reading some of the marathon stuff, like those communities are wild, dude. Like Arc Raiders, they literally use a term, and I know they use it in other games, but like they call people rats. if you camp an extraction zone, you're a rat. I'm like, why? Why is
I
there
mean,
a
you're
rat?
gonna
Like not like
you're gonna
a
have
little
trolls
mad,
in every
super
game.
mad.
Like it really.
But I don't think
I'm-
that's bad.
It's a
Like
Go ahead, James.
I think camping an extraction point is a bitch ass move, but that's just me.
Yeah,
but it's part of the game though. Like
It's
it's something to
100%
be
part of the game.
expected. Like
which is
I
why you
don't
should
agree
always
with it
clear your
either.
extraction zone
Yeah.
when you get there. Like,
Arc Raid is a little bit interesting just because of the way their extraction zones work. But yeah, other ones are super. Because you have like at least some cover built into the extraction zones in Arc Raider.
Yeah, there's different places. Yeah.
Versus like some of the other ones, you're just like out in the hunt. You're just fucking out in the open. You have like a wagon. That's what you're extracting on. A wagon. That's what you have for cover. You can't get inside the wagon either.
No, Division 1 and 2, the helipad was always just in a wildly open area, which makes sense because a helicopter has to come down to get your stuff. So I kind of get it. But yeah, it was just a big open area. So if your timing was bad on getting your stuff onto the rope, you were going to be in rough shape.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you learn pretty quick, but I never heard the complaining like when I played those games as much as like now. Like,
I
man,
it was there. It just,
it
I don't think you were
was,
looking
but
for it as hard. Because I mean,
yeah, you
James
part
and
of
I ran into
communities,
trolls
right?
on.
Like,
Yeah, James and I ran into trolls all the time in Division. It just happens. Like it's just an aspect of it. Honestly, any game that allows player versus player combat like freely, you're going to run into trolls. I mean, that was the big problem with Sea of Thieves when it first came out, is that it started off as this like friendly kind of cartoony pirate game and then just became an absolute troll fest almost to the point where the game died. And now it's playable. You'll run into trolls every once in a while when you're playing, but most of the time you can just run around and be a pirate with your friends.
and that's a story, like I said, of any PvP game. There's like a
Mhm.
subset of the population that are just fucking trolls.
Yeah, Fallout 76 was real bad about it with
I
the explosion bug.
My only thing is I don't mind a lot of the things that people get upset about, and I don't think it's trolling to do it, a lot of it, and people get mad for everything. Like if you're looting something and you're not paying attention, I might take the opportunity to shoot you and get your stuff.
I mean, that's
I'm just
that's
saying,
part
like-
of it. Like that's a risk you take in these extraction shooters, right? When I talk about trolling on some of those games, Fallout 76 was I am not interested, nor do I have player versus player on, but you're using a bug to intentionally kill my character repeatedly. That makes you a troll.
Oh yeah, if there's no player, like the problem with Arc Raiders is even the developers, I guess, have come out and said it's supposed to be more PvE, like players against the Arc, not so much PvP. But unfortunately, I think it's fortunate. Unfortunately, there's a lot of PvP in it, so a lot of the community gets extremely upset that they're getting shot by other players, and I'm like, it's so interesting. Like, I don't know what you do. Like, you can't put a PvP mode in because that adds cost to the game, which means you're going to pay more. So
I mean, you already have the
adding
PvP aspect in there with it being PvPvE.
That's what I mean. So they want it separated by modes, and I'm like, that takes everything out of it. Like, what's the point of the game at that point?
Yeah,
because
which is why I always go with tiered lobbies. Tiered lobbies make so much sense. Where if you've won or done really well several lobbies in a row, they move you up into one where the entire group is compromised with people that have done really well several times in a row. Marathon is usually pretty good about its matchmaking. I mean, I have to give Bungie credit where credit's due. Bungie's usually pretty good about matchmaking, especially when they have skill-based matchmaking. Usually pretty good.
So Arc Raiders is using aggression, they're calling it, I've heard. I didn't look it up like too much in detail, but supposedly it's aggression. So if you're on a map and you kill other players, they keep putting you into maps with other people that are killing other players.
Good,
so like that's how they're trying to mitigate it.
No, that makes sense. If that's the style of gameplay you're wanting, where it's player versus player, then yeah, they should put you in a lobby where other people are wanting that desire. The big problem, like I said, with trolls is when they're doing it to intentionally ruin someone else's experience, right? Their yuck is by making someone else have a bad time.
Yeah, I mean, that term like troll does get thrown around a lot. Like people camping an extraction site. That's not necessarily a troll.
Trolling. Yeah, it's
I
not
mean, people
necessarily
get mad about it, and like I think it's a strategy. All right, but it is a legitimate strategy, and it's fine. Like if I die that way, like that's on me. That's my fault for not fucking paying attention.
Yeah, should have cleared the extraction site.
But yeah, I know a lot of people do get like mad about that. But I think also,
All
if
the
you're getting that
time.
mad about a video game, you probably shouldn't be playing that video game. You know what I'm saying? That's
But they'll get
It's
mad
like-
at you and be like, "I'm allowed to play any game I want." It's like you are, and so is the other person playing the game.
mhm.
Like that's the whole point of the game. Like to me, trolling in Ark, the only thing you can do to troll in Ark Raiders is if you tell me that you're not going to shoot me or you say something of that nature, and then I run past you and then you shoot me. To
blast
me,
you in the
that's
back.
that's trolling. That's the only way, in my opinion, in Ark Raiders you could troll, because every other way is like
I'm
if
sure
you
there's
see
other ways.
somebody- I don't know of any, because there's no like there's no glitches or bugs that I've seen that they can do anything to you that isn't common. A lot of people booby trap things. Like there's some stuff in Ark. Like you got to pay attention. Like when you go to an
Yeah.
extraction, especially the little ones that you can use the pass at,
Mhm.
you've got to pay attention because people will literally lay landmines around them and stuff.
No, and it like I said, all the amount of like PvP shooters I've played, the one that always get me is people be mad and they'd be like, camping. And I was like, well, one, it works. Like people would stop doing it if it wasn't effective. And two, when people would get mad and be like, camping. I was like, that guy has a sniper rifle. Of course he's camping. He's a sniper. That's what snipers do. Like
But
that's the whole point. Like
I'll be honest,
that
camping
doesn't make them.
took me a long time to get over campers. Like initially, like I
Why?
always hated
It
campers in
works.
Halo.
It works
No,
so good.
yeah, no. It like I said, it took me a while to be like, just respect it, like because that's
Yeah,
what
if
they're
you're-
supposed to do with that
If you're
type of
good
gun.
at camping, do it. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
count the number of times on was it Black Ops where there was that one room that was just a long hallway with a water fountain in it. I called it the slip and slide room, and I would just sprint back and forth in that and shotgun blast people all the time, and I would rack up a massive body count, and everybody would be like, "Why do you just go straight there?" And I'm like, I have yet to have a bad game doing this, so. I mean, the goal is to get points. I'm getting a massive amount here. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
And that's just it. Like when you play these
Yeah.
games, like you find the things that work, and unfortunately or fortunately, whatever. If your thing is to wait until someone gets to an extraction, proceed to unload, and then get some free gear and take the extraction at the same time. I mean, do you have some
Yeah.
fun doing it? Like, there's nothing.
I get the only time I ever get frustrated with other players in Marathon is when teammates will just either set you up to fail to bait somebody else out, which is Bush League. Like, I hate that. We're supposed to be a team. Like, let's support and like do teamwork stuff. Or they'll intentionally sabotage you. Like they'll go in and just absolutely tank because you didn't do what they wanted you to do. Is the only time I get really frustrated. And I'm like, we're both playing the same game. Our end goal should be the same.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have like a team-based game, and you just have like that's where trolling fucking comes in and can get really fucking annoying when you're like have it, and that's like any team-based game, right? Where you come in and they're just doing dumb shit for no reason other than to make your day worse.
Yeah. Like they're trying to do it for the yucks because they think they're working really hard to be famous on YouTube, and it's just not. It's not happening.
I didn't think about the team aspect because I've yet to play Ark Raiders with a team. I don't even know if there's friendly fire on.
You should play Marathon. Marathon's designed to be team based specifically.
I'm waiting for the new SOA to come out, or SAO to come out. That's my next purchase. Other than that, I've just been putzing around on Ark or Elder Scrolls, that MMO. So that's kind of what I've been putzing around on. But so now we've talked.
I'm with you, Mike. I did that too on Modern Warfare. Was just launch a couple out of the old boob tube when you first spawned in the map. I mean, it.
Oh yeah,
chuck a grenade across the map.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you just got lucky," and I was like, "If you know the exact angle to just lob a grenade at to get it all the way across the map, good on you, dog. Good on you."
I don't care if I get lucky and got a kill. Oh well. You know?
Yeah,
and if
like
I did,
points-
who cares?
Points are points, baby. Like
if I catch the grenade, if I'm unlucky enough and I catch the grenade,
Yeah.
that sucks. But whatever, you know.
It was like Ryan would laugh at me because like we'd get to like blind corners and the first thing I would do is just ricochet a grenade around the edge, and he was like, "You're wasting your grenades," and I was like, "I'm about to find out whether or not there's somebody waiting for me is why I'm doing this." Like, I may not
So-
have a grenade when I really need one in a firefight, but I'm also not about to catch a shotgun blast around a corner.
All right, so here's the next big question with extraction shooters. What's the next one you guys think we're going to see? That's a big name. Like we haven't seen any
Core.
big.
Core.
What's that?
I think it's just called Core or Core 3, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's a space-based one by the same people who made Tarkov.
Ooh, that could be kind of. But I mean, like in the
It's
sense
gonna
of
be
like
Escape from the International Space Station. It's just
It's
Ooh.
on. It's like I think it's based on on Mars. It's supposed to be like on Mars, which would be pretty cool. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm kind of talking about the like big licensed one.
that
You know
is-
what I
that
mean?
is-
Like,
the studio that made Tarkov is a big deal now.
no. I mean, like in the sense of like big names, like taking a
Tarkov.
Titanfall and making one, or taking like a bit. Like I know Tarkov's a big one, but if you're not in the community at all, you don't really hear too much about it. Like I didn't hear too much about it, and I play a lot of video games.
I've watched so many
Um,
videos against my will on TikTok of Escape from Tarkov just because I like gaming stuff on TikTok.
I know it always fucking shows up.
Yeah, dude,
My-
I've seen so many stupid Tarkov clips.
There's a fucking girl who has like a nice voice that is always making videos on Tarkov, and she's pretty funny. And the simps that are in her videos are pretty funny. And all the
Yeah.
guys that get mad when she fucking shits on them too. They're also pretty funny.
Yes. I do.
Uh,
I also follow her TikTok bones.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know what'd be cool? Fucking a Star Wars extraction shooter.
Star Wars extraction shooter would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Let's do it
Yeah.
void of Jedi. I don't want lightsabers and stuff.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah. No,
just
it would have to be. No, yeah. Like I mean, like you're
straight
like just
blaster
regular Alliance.
Oh,
or-
no,
or
hold on.
Rebellion.
You break into Jedi shit. That's the point. The Jedi are the Ark people, or the
Yeah,
or the
you
fucking
get a
PvE.
lightsaber, but you can't use it. You're just taking it back to sell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got to kill
that's
Jedi.
That's the premium gold item.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the-
yeah.
Like one
what
part
is
of the map is the Jedi Academy, and you got to like break. That's like one of the places you can loot on the map.
The bo-
Correct me if
boss
I'm
is a
wrong, but
single
you can
fucking-
find you can find illicit drugs in Tarkov for
Mhm.
selling, right? If I remember correctly. I never played enough to find any, but I'm pretty sure you can just find bundles of cocaine and
I don't
sell them for in-game currency, which is
funny,
ridiculous but funny.
but yeah, I definitely think having a game, especially if you look at like the aspect of smugglers and stuff like that, like you could make a pretty badass extraction shooter for Star Wars, especially playing the Alliance and like raiding, like Yeah.
Yeah, in Imperial like storehouse or something like that too. Like
Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down for a Star Wars extraction shooter. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd be
No
down
problem.
for the Titan. Now that you guys brought it up, the Titanfall extraction
yeah.
shooter. Would be
Well, if they
super
made
fun.
that, I would still be down for that too. But I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna get made. So.
Now, who made?
I just
Titan?
want
Is the
more
studio that made
Titanfall.
Titanfall still up and running?
Well, EA was making the extraction shooter, and then they laid off a bunch of people and canceled it
yep,
last year.
stupid dude. Like they make some horrible games, and they're like, oh, we don't want to do this awesome title.
I know, right?
The dumbest people alive, man. Like
I knew EA. Who was the studio that made it? Because I know EA was the publisher. They have their own like sub studio. That made Titanfall?
Yeah, I don't-
Red something, wasn't it? But yeah, I think it's a pretty good
Respawn.
idea to make.
It was Respawn
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Yep.
Be pretty cool to see a Star Wars one. I think you could do it.
I'd
You
be
could-
down. The problem is that EA has all the rights to do Star Wars games, I think, and they're definitely going to put in microtrans, which is the whole reason why I have yet to spend a single minute playing Battlefront 2.
I like Battlefront 2. I still play it.
That's
sometimes.
fine. I have no problem with people playing it. If you enjoy the game, play it. My problem is that game was straight up designed to pay to win. And
Those-
then when that got brought
Gundam-
up,
A Gundam extraction shooter would be dope. I would play the shit out of that.
yeah, Michael just brought that up. Too,
Yeah,
in
I was-
chat. I
yeah,
saw that.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
Gundam
I
extraction
really
shooter would be dope.
I want to see like a Gundam MMO. I know we're talking extraction shooters, but I'd love a Gundam MMO.
That would be weird to do. How much time do you spend in the suit, and how much time do you spend out?
See, that's it. You get to pick. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, but
It'd be like
designing a game that's
Titanfall.
both in and out of the suit is going to be
That's
very
why
hard.
the
That's
extraction
what-
shooter part is like would be
Yeah.
great, right? You
Yeah,
start,
'cause
you,
then-
like you go on a mission. Your extraction shooter part is being in the suit.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Mhm.
as far as an MMO goes, it would be very hard to make a Gundam one because, again, when are you in the suit and when are you out of the suit? Like, what part of it?
They'd figure it out. You could do it.
That's going to be way too complex. It's the same problem every time you run into, like, a mech suit game that's, like, super story-based. People either complain you're spending too much time in the suit and you don't get to see your character, or you're spending too much time out of the suit and you don't get to do enough big robot-y stuff. There's just
See, and
not
that's
a
what-
win condition.
There is Titanfall. Titanfall had it right. You could just call your mech in when you needed it. Even if you were in a building, you could be like, fuck it.
But it's not an
give me my
MMO.
mech. No, I know. It would be wild, though. You could even have like a class that just fixes your mech for you.
You should
I'm
get into
down,
game
dude.
design then. You should start coding that up yourself, Eric.
Yeah. Actually, AI today, I probably could.
Probably not. That'd be still a rough one to do, even with AI. You'd be
I
some
would-
weird stuff.
Especially because I'm not going to spend money, so
You'd
I
have
only get so many
faceplates on the
tokens a week.
kneecaps and stuff, and like your knee.
Yeah,
would
I
be
feel like
behind
you're.
your
I
head.
feel like you're both overestimating how capable our current AI is,
Yeah.
and how underestimating how difficult video game development actually is.
Yeah, there's so
I
many,
never
there's
under-
so many overlaying pieces of code. I have two friends that are in game design, and they're, we have, of course, Clark, who's on the financial side, who doesn't have to deal with any of that stuff. But I do have a friend that's on the programming and design side, and the amount of times we've talked about, she was like, "Well, added in a new layer to add texture to a countertop, and now I can't open any doors." Because these two pieces of code don't interact with one another. So now I either have to go through and change all the code on my doors to where the tables can still have texture, or I'm going to delete every table in this fucking game.
Yeah, I mean,
This is
I
so much.
I code stuff on a daily basis for my job, and on a much smaller scale, and I fucking run into problems like that all the time.
Yeah.
So
I
can
added
only
a new
imagine.
row to this Excel spreadsheet, and now all the math is wrong.
Yeah.
But so that's our extraction shooter episode, everybody. Woo, woo. It was fun.
It was fun. There's, like I said, there's a lot of extraction shooters out there. If you guys really want to play the flagship, I recommend Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, is Dark and Darker still going?
I
don't know if
believe
that
so.
one's
It was
still
on
up
my
and running.
list.
Yeah.
I'm of course
That
going
one
to plug a
you should check
marathon
out.
because Clark works for Bungie, and we should all be supporting Clark and her endeavors because I want her to continue to work at Bungie. Because
Well, I
then
mean,
I get to go over to her house and I get to shoot all the fun Nerf guns that Bungie had special made of Destiny guns, like
I was gonna
her Yalahorn rocket launcher, or Cade's
yeah.
Nerf firing Ace of Spades, so I can terrify her cat and husband.
I mean, if you look at it, Destiny's really good, so they're going to do a good job with Marathon.
Marathon was
Um,
well done. Like I said, they're running into
yeah.
problems now with like community issues.
Community.
But again, humans will human. You're gonna have those ups and downs. Bungie also is really good about their anti-cheat software, which is another thing I will applaud Bungie on. It's very hard to cheat in a Bungie game because they're watching you.
I actually have it written down here that Tarkov and Marathon are hardcore escapes, and Arc is more of a casual friendly.
I agree
Good
with that
breakdown.
assessment. I think Arc Raiders is way more casual as far as an extraction shooter goes.
Yeah,
Dark and Darker, though,
target.
I mentioned that one earlier. We didn't talk about that, and I mentioned that earlier. That is a like fantasy extraction shooter.
What?
Yeah, you can be
Yeah,
wizards,
that
and
was-
you have like swords and shit. And you
All right, I'm going to try that. I'm finding
Was
it.
Iron Hand Studio?
it's free to play too.
Ooh,
Iron Mace.
I was close.
All right, so with that, Travis, what are we doing next week? You put it on the calendar.
We are going to be talking about life after professional wrestling. So we're going to be talking about what your favorite stars have done now that the lights are no longer shining and they're no longer lacing up their boots. Unless you're Ric Flair, who's talking about coming back for another match.
Yes.
Don't do
I'm
it, Rick.
So excited.
Don't do it. Please don't. He'll die.
I
He
know.
nearly died the last time he went in. He needs
I
to
don't
stop
get,
this
like-
time. Somebody needs to sit him down. So he needs
I
to
mean,
sit him down.
I'm interested to see what the match is going to look like because they can't kill him, so it's going to be interesting. Like, I'm
No, he'll
excited
just
to see how
fall
they do
over
it.
dead. Like
Yeah,
his body will just quit.
They can't
That's-
kill
yeah,
him, but that doesn't mean he can't die.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna be out there actively ending his life. He's just gonna get out there and be like, "Woo!" and then his heart will explode because he's like
man.
9,000 years old. The dude looks like worn out saddle leather. I digress. I do love Ric Flair. I've loved a lot of his matches, but yeah, he's too old.
I'm very
But yeah,
excited.
we're gonna be
though.
talking about what wrestlers have done. We're gonna be talking about the good, the bad. So trigger warning in advance. We will be talking about drug abuse, suicide, murder, just because life after professional wrestling is not always kind to the professional wrestlers.
Touche. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Make sure people click stuff, follow stuff, subscribe stuff. I've been slacking off with some of our media lately just because I'm working on an app to do a lot of stuff for me because the previous program I used is changed, so it's not as easy to post. So I will have posts start going back up, hopefully the beginning of next week, maybe before.
This is also none of our full-time job.
I know, but I like to be consistent with posts. I like to get them up every day if we're going to take the time to do this. I definitely going to do that. And the new merch is still out. Check out the website, crossingthenerdverse.com. That's where you get everything Nerdverse, everything crossing the Nerdverse, I should say. There is another thing that's just Nerdverse. I don't know what they do.
It's not us though.
Yeah, not as cool. So I don't really care.
We actually we've sent out an open invitation to meet us in a Denny's parking lot, but so far no luck.
Oh, I love Denny's. Dude, they closed the only IHOP here. Speaking of Denny's, our only IHOP for like
your only for like 500.
So.
It's Canada. There's probably only 5 IHOPs in the whole nation.
Exactly, and they closed the only one I had. I'm so pissed. I got to drive all the way to Bangor now to like get an IHOP. It's 10 hours.
Nearest IHOP's 10 hours away. Bones, is that a new Charizard on your deal back there?
No, I've had it for a while. I actually,
your head must normally be right there
for us. Yeah, we were in China last time.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna bring this episode to a close. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Find us wherever you get your podcast from, and we'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.
It's nice to